you know, single dimension, either along x-axis or y-axis, friends. Today we are going to discuss relative motion in two dimensions now. Okay, so here when we talk about two dimensions, that means we are considering the motion at tandem along x and y axis, friends. Let's proceed further then. Okay. Important thing, when we talk about relative motion problems for two dimensions, there is a specific type of problem which is always asked in entrance exams. Okay, rain man problem types. Okay, so how to hold the umbrella if you know the rain is moving, or it's actually it's raining in a tilted manner, you can see. Okay, so that type of problems, when we solve, we consider these type of problems belonging to motion in two dimensions, friends. So let's have an understanding regarding how we deal with such kind of questions. Okay, here the person is moving with the umbrella, and what is expected in this case is what would be the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So if the man is moving, and the rain is also moving along, the raindrops are moving along y-axis, the man is moving, say, in the horizontal direction, means along x-axis. So obviously there is a relative motion going on between the rain droplets and the person who is holding the umbrella over here. So because of this relative motion, there will be a relative velocity between rain and man. So here in this particular case, if you observe, they are expecting relative velocity of rain with respect to man. All right, friends. So let's see how to deal with it. For this, we need to draw the vector diagram properly when it comes to two dimensions. Now let's understand how to draw the vector diagram, friends. Okay. So hopefully you have noted down the problem first of all. Just put it in the chat section if you are done with it. Then I slowly proceed forward to show you how we deal with such kind of questions. Yeah. So most of you say yes. So let's proceed. So let's see how to draw the vector diagram for this. Okay. First of all, as per our concept, relative velocity of rain with respect to man, this is how we denote it. Okay, VRM bar. That means velocity of rain with respect to man is velocity of rain minus velocity of man. Had it been man with respect to rain, then the same formula would have been Vm minus Vr. So it all depends upon what perspective you are considering. Okay, here we are considering relative velocity of rain with respect to man, and therefore the formula becomes Vr minus Vm in this case. Let's move ahead then, friends. Okay, so when I'm talking about relative velocity of man with respect to rain, the formula would have been Vm minus Vr. But here specifically we are supposed to find out relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So we are using this formula Vr minus Vm. So let's proceed further then. We are going to use this formula. Let's try to draw the vector diagram, say, for example. Okay. Here you can see the man is holding the umbrella vertical straight away. If you just consider the raindrop falling on the ground is not moving with respect to raindrop. Therefore, the velocity of raindrop with respect to ground is in this direction. The black color arrow you can see along negative y-axis, VR bar. So it stands for velocity of rain. The man is moving, so my man is moving along positive x-axis, so Vm. Now, if somebody visualizes with respect to raindrop how the man is moving, so obviously you'll have to draw a backward arrow over here. Because if say a bird sits on the raindrop and observes the man moving, the bird will observe, the man moving downwards like this. This is the relative velocity of rain with respect to man, friend, in this case. All right. That's why I'm saying, in one dimension along y-axis, if you consider VR, obviously you try to make a vector diagram over here, minus Vm in this direction. So this is how you will work out. This third side of the triangle will give you the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So please make a note of this, because unless and until you draw the vector diagram like this, it will be tricky situations. Okay. Please make a note of it, and once you are done with it, just let me know so that I proceed further to show you how the problem is being solved. The first important thing was to draw the diagram over here, friends. Okay. And try to understand how we intercept the concept of relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So most of you say done. So let's proceed further then. Hopefully no issues still here. Let's proceed further then. So here can just observe, if this angle is theta, then in the vector diagram, obviously tan theta will be opposite side upon adjacent side. Okay, not hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. But the magnitude of it, modulus means we are just considering the magnitude of it. So it will be Vm divided by Vr ka magnitude, you can see. So that's how you get the angle, okay, tan theta. Make a note of it, and we put the values of Vm and Vr, then we can work out what theta would be in this case. Once you have noted this down, please let me know. So by knowing this angle, we come to know by what inclination the raindrops are falling on the ground. Okay, so most of you say done. Let's proceed then. Now you can see the person was holding the umbrella vertical, but the rain is coming down tilted. So the question may be asked, by what angle he should tilt the umbrella so that he doesn't get wet. So if you know this angle, this is the angle by which he should tilt his umbrella somewhat like this so that he doesn't get wet. Okay, this is the solution. Like you may get a question on this. This is how you're supposed to work out theta first. Okay, the angle of inclination for rain, friends. Make a note of this diagram also. The diagram is self-explanatory, explaining you how the problem is solved and analyzed. So once you are done with it, just put it in the chat section. So we move ahead. So it was a theoretical thing which I have showed you actually. You can just put some values in that and you can work out the angles. So angles may vary as per the problem, but the concept won't vary. Concept stays as it is. Okay, concept is not going to change. So let's proceed further then. Yeah, most of you say done. Okay. Now here comes the question. Okay, after understanding the concept of rain man problems, here is a question, friends. Okay, an interesting question. One should try to understand this. The question says, a man is standing on the ground with an umbrella hat. You can see it's fixed on his head as shown. Suddenly the rain starts falling at a speed Vr equal to 20 meter per second at an angle 30 degrees. So earlier the rain was vertical. Here the rain is at an inclination 30 degrees. And what's the speed? 20 meter per second with vertical. It's an inclination. So just imagine if the rain is coming towards ground with an inclination in this manner, and this person has an umbrella which he cannot tilt because it's fixed on his head. So obviously this raindrops would wet this person, isn't it? The raindrops would wet the person. Then the question goes, you can see, find the speed and the direction in which the man should run so as to save himself from getting wet. He cannot tilt the umbrella with this angle now. The problem is the umbrella is fixed. The only thing which he can do is he can counter the relative motion of the rain. So we have to work out by what speed this man moves on the ground so that the rain which was inclined becomes vertical for him. Because with that relative speed, if the raindrops become vertical for him, then he would get saved from getting, wet, you can say. So in a way, you are supposed to find the speed of the man in such a way that you need to counter the angle of inclination of the rain. So these type of problems, they often appear in your exams. Okay, so please make a note of the question. Once you let me know you are done with it, we move ahead towards the solution then. Hopefully I believe you have understood the question, because the understanding solution comes later. First thing is you should understand the question, what's being asked in the question. Yeah. So most of you say you have understood the question. Great. So now if you have understood the question, friends, here we are supposed to find the speed of the man, because if the man stays stationary, he's going to get wet because of the inclined range. That means the man has to move with some speed to counter the inclination of the rain. So that relative speed we are supposed to work out. So we will draw the diagram once again, friends. So let's proceed then. Yeah, so here you can see this is how the rain is moving towards ground. Okay, the speed of rain 20 meter per second, angle of inclination 30. Obviously the man is moving this direction. So suppose this is the direction of the man, so Vm, to counter it. So this would be the relative velocity of rain with respect to man. And the relative velocity of rain with respect to man has to be vertical. For that, the man has to move with some velocity. So he has to move with some velocity such that the relative velocity of rain with respect to man becomes vertical. And the moment it becomes vertical, then obviously the rain will fall somewhat like this and he won't get wet. So we are supposed to find, here you can see, we are supposed to find the relative velocity of rain with respect to man in this case. So please make a note of this diagram also, then we actually work out the values for it. Once you are done with it, just intimate it to me. Yeah, so most of you say done. Let's proceed further then. Okay, friends, so let's move ahead. Yeah. So here you can see, now if I work out trigonometry, friends, okay, if I want Vm, I know the hypotenuse, okay, hypotenuse is 20, angle is 30. So can I say Vm would be Vr sine 30, isn't it? Because if this is 30, this is also 30, right? So if I know Vr is 20, I know the angle 30. So what will be the speed of the man which is required to counter the inclination of the rain? 20 sine 30. You know what sine 30 is. Just multiplied by 20 and you get the speed of the man with which he should move so that the raindrop, they appear to be vertical. So drawing the diagram is more important, okay, and then the concept becomes more clearer. So make a note of it. This is the solution, friends. So you can find out anything from this, okay, with the help of trigonometry. You can find out the velocity of the man. If they ask you the relative velocity of rain with respect to man, you can find it out with the help of trigonometry. Yeah. then your trigonometry needs to be good. Okay, that's what I want to say. Yeah, for solving, relative velocity concepts for two dimensions. Okay. Next type of problems which appear in exam for two dimensions is, a swimmer and a river problem. Okay, that's also a different type of concept basically which we use. Again, it's a case of relative motion in two dimensions. Okay, let's see how we deal with it. Okay, say for example, this is a river. River will flow with some velocity. Okay, water in the river will flow with some velocity u, and the swimmer who has to cross the river from this point to this point, he will move, he will swim with a speed v. Okay, this is the concept. Okay, now how he needs to swim to get desired results. Okay, make a note of this slide so we move ahead. Then I can show you different conditions then. Once done, let me know. Yeah, most of you say done. Let's move ahead then, friends. Okay, here you can see now, again we are going to use trigonometry. Okay, we will consider this direction as positive x and this direction as y. Okay, so the swimmer is moving with the speed v. The distance between the two banks of the river is d, and obviously if the swimmer swims vertical, because of the speed of the river u, he won't reach this point of the exact opposite point on the bank. In fact, what will happen? The river will make him reach somewhere here. Now, for the person to reach the exact opposite point, you know, he will have to, start swimming inclined in this direction with some angle theta. All right. So if this angle is theta and v is the speed with which the swimmer would be moving, and I resolve it into two components, you can see the adjacent component to v is v cos theta and the other component is v sin theta. So I can resolve this vector into two components. Okay. So, and u stands for the speed of the river. So we have different speeds now. V sin theta is one component and u is another component along x. Along y, v cos theta is the component of the velocity of the swimmer which is effective. So this is the preliminary analysis. Now how we work it out further, I'll tell you. Just make a note of this quickly. So at times they would be asking you question with what angle he should swim so that he reaches exact opposite point on the bank of the other bank of the river. Okay, how we work it out. So this is the second type which we need to understand. Yeah, friends. So we call such diagram as vector diagrams, friends, and we need to draw correct vector diagrams whenever we need to resolve any situation or a problem. Yeah, friends. Here you can see now. Okay, had he moved straight, what would have happened? If he would have started swimming like this, instead of reaching here, he will reach somewhere here. We call this as drift, and that drift is given by, say, x in this case. Now what is causing this drift x? The resultant between the components over here. Okay, I'm showing you the previous slide again. Yeah, you can see now v sin theta minus u would be the resultant speed along x axis. So you can see u minus v sin theta will be the resultant speed along positive x axis, and that resultant speed will result in the drift which is shown on the next slide. This slide you can see. So that resultant speed is u minus v sin theta. I'm talking about this speed. This resultant speed has resulted in drift, which is x over here, and say it has happened in time interval t. Now, based on these basic conditions, if d is the distance between the banks of the river, friends, then the time required, if I want time required for the person to move from this point to this point, reach here, will be distance. What is the distance? D divided by the component. Okay, so along y-axis, which is the component of the speed, v cos theta. So distance divided by v cos theta will give you the time which will be required for the person to cross the river. So this is the formula for time. Okay, very important derivation, friends. Now, if I want the drift, by how much amount this person drifts from the original position due to the flow of the river because of swimming vertical, you can see like this, that will be given as, now drift is along x-axis, so the resultant speed which is along x-axis is u minus v sine theta, friends. So this speed has resulted in this drift, and this drift will, and it has happened in time t. So if I want x, that distance, that will be the resultant speed, that is u minus v sine theta along x-axis multiplied by the time taken for it. Okay. But the equation for time which we have derived is this one, you can see d by v cos theta. So just put the value of time as d by v cos theta. So with the help of this derivation, you can find out the drift, first thing, that is x. Second, you can find out the time. And third thing, if other things are known to you, you can find out the angle with which the swimmer should move so that the person reaches exactly on the opposite side of the bank. So please make a note of it. Very, very important slide so far as entrances and basic logic is concerned. So far as motion in 2 dimensions is concerned, friends. Once you are done with it, let me know so that I can give you a problem to be solved then. So this is how we need to deal with river and swimmer type of problems, basically. So relative motion in 2 dimensions we are talking about. So most of you say you are done with it. What I will do is I will give you a problem now to think over, and you are going to give me solutions how we work it out. Okay, so you will participate in that discussion then. Just give me a moment before I show you the problem to deal with. Okay, just a minute. We are not discussing this in greater detail. Please make a note of this question and tell me how it should be worked it out. Okay, and have a look at it quickly before you discuss the solution with me.